This segment is sponsored by the Montgomery County Department of Environmental Protection. When it comes to business recycling in Montgomery County, regulations are in effect which require businesses that operate within the county to recycle. So joining us now to keep us up to date on what we need to know about business recycling is Eileen Kao from the Montgomery County Department of Environmental Protection. Welcome to Great Day, Washington. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Elaine.
Of course. This is a very important topic. And so tell us what some of those motivating factors for businesses are in Montgomery County to recycle.
Yeah, thanks. There are a lot of motivating factors. I think businesses these days realize that they want to be very, very good community members also, and they want to do their part to protect the environment. But also I think customers and clients also are looking for business partners that are doing things in a sustainable way. So I think those are motivating factors. I think businesses at the end of the day, they also want to comply with rules and regulations and requirements. So in Montgomery County, our 34,000 businesses and organizations really have a long history of reducing waste, recycling in accordance with our requirements, but also being really good stewards of the environment.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Help us understand just some simple ways that each of us can help reduce waste or just reuse materials before recycling them.
Sure. Yeah, there are just so many different ways that really are pretty much getting back to basics. Things like using reusable items that can be washed and used over and over again. Things like mugs, and maybe instead of printing things, using bulletin boards in a business place.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, things like that. Using reusable containers for food, for lunch, for things like that. Yeah, it's
I've
good.
transitioned to glass. That should make you happy, right? Because I was like, I need to stop using plastic and throwing it out. I bought all glass. So yeah, it's a great tip. Now, what about avoiding contaminating recyclables? How can we avoid doing that when we are recycling?
Yeah, everybody I think these days is trying very, very hard to do their best and to recycle hopefully everything that can be recycled. And so we want people to recycle right. We want them to recycle correctly, because when people put something that is not recyclable or that doesn't belong in a recycling bin into a bin, that's what we consider contamination. And if you get enough contamination, it can actually render all of those recyclables actually to be not recyclable.
Oh, so like the whole bin might therefore not be good if you're putting a few things in there that shouldn't be in there.
Right. Okay. So when people recycle correctly, recycle right, and put the right things into the bins, then that's when we have the highest opportunity, the best chance to be sure that all of those recyclables are actually broken down and then made into something new again.
Good. Is there a list or a resource online where people can very clearly see, okay, here's what should go in and here's what's not should go in? Good.
Absolutely. When people have questions or have doubts, they should always check our website, and they can get all kinds of information about all kinds of materials. Just put them into our little search engine and on our website, which is montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling, and they'll see what's recyclable, what's not recyclable, and how they can recycle that item.
Perfect. Eileen, as we wrap up here, how can all of us who visit Montgomery County or work there, how can we all help Montgomery County reduce waste, protect the environment?
There are just so many ways. I think each and every single person, every one of us, can really do things every single day, throughout the day, to reduce waste and to recycle as much as possible. Again, going back to durable items, reusable items, dropping single-use items as much as possible, making sure that people put everything that is recyclable into the recycling bins and the correct bins. But also, it's important for people to, when they go to buy something, to purchase items that are made from recycled materials, because that's so critical in supporting recycling and making sure that there's a demand for things that are made out of recyclable materials.
Yeah, great tips. Thank you so very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate it. Of course. To learn more, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.